Welcome to Specular Board Games, where dice, destiny, and dreams come true. I like the alliteration on that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Good. That alliteration.
What?
Daniel gave us that.
And Dan, that's right. Daniel, oh my gosh, so much D. Yeah, thank you, Daniel. Keep sending us those taglines. We love it. So this week, I know we said we were going to do Tiny Towns this week, but with the new Grand Austria Hotel expansion coming out, we wanted to actually put this one out really quick. So we're just going to do a review of the base game, and hopefully that can help you decide whether or not you want to back the Kickstarter. So yeah, Grand Austria Hotel will be this week's review. As per usual, Max is going to give us a lovely overview.
Right. Grand Austria Hotel is designed by Simone Luciani and Virginio Gigli, with art by Clemens Franz. It is a 1-4 player game where you are running the grandest, bestest, most West Andersoniest hotel. Or trying to. And also trying to please the Emperor. Yeah. The game is played over 7 rounds, and each round you're going to get 2 actions. So over the course of the game, you're going to get 14 actions, and that's it. So you better make them count. There's a couple little bonus actions and cards that can give you a couple extra actions and stuff like that, but let me explain. On your turn, you have the option of taking a guest, and then you will take a die from the main board and complete the corresponding action. So the catch with this game is you can only take an action if there are dice there. And the more dice that there are at the space, the better the action is. So more dice, more money, or strudel.
That's right.
The main actions you can take are get some strudel or cake, get some wine or coffee, prepare a room, get some money or move up on the Emperor track. More on that later. Play a staff card at a discount. Staff cards give you different bonuses and abilities throughout the game. And lastly, at the 6th location, you can pay money to copy the ability of another location. And lastly, you can pass, where at the end of the turn, once everybody else is gone, you will trash a die and then re-roll all the remaining ones and hopefully get a better choice. So why are you trying to get strudel and coffee and cakes and wines?
Tell us.
Why, Ryan? Why? Because of the guests. Guests get you points. You're trying to get guests to stay at your hotel and not at Keegan's hotel and not at Ryan's hotel, your hotel. And they will get you points. It's always about points. And in this game, there's a lot of ways to get points. You're going to get points from the Emperor track. There's an Emperor track. Please the Emperor. If you don't, you're going to get negatives. There are politics cards. If you are the first person to do the thing on the politics cards, you're going to get more points. There's points from the guests. There's points on your player board. If you complete certain sections of the board with the certain right colored rooms, you're going to get points or money or more benefits. There's also points on your servant cards, and there's just a lot of ways to get points. But the player with the most points wins. And that's Grand Austria Hotel.
Thanks, Max.
Nice.
Is this game about points?
There's some points in there.
Cool. Well, thank you for the wonderful review again. Let's get right into it. This game. What do I got to say about this game?
I don't know. Go
It's
ahead.
fantastic. I really enjoyed this a lot, especially on my first game. When Max showed it to me, I immediately fell in love. I don't know whether I can say this is going to be a top 10, but it's definitely up there on one of my more favorite games. How about you guys?
I bought this game last year on Black Friday, and it was 50% off, I think.
Nice.
And bought it because I only heard good things about it online, so I was like, I need to try it out. My wife and I played it. She destroyed me, but had a lot of fun. I love dice drafting in games, and this is a really good dice drafting game. It's awesome.
Yes.
I think it's like I really like it. It might be in a top 10 for me at the 2-player. Like at 2 players, it's probably in my top 10. 3 and 4 maybe not as much, but yeah, I really like the puzzle of this game. I like games with the emperor tracks and like the tension of trying to, I want to go do these things, but if I don't please this track, then I'm gonna really be hamstrung later. Or maybe I really don't care about not getting that benefit and being hamstrung in that way. So trying to teeter-totter those mechanics in the game, I really enjoy those. So yeah, this is a solid game for me.
You gonna say something?
Yes. This is a game I definitely think I need to play more. Because I feel like there's so much happening in this game, it's hard to fully appreciate everything in it from 1 or 2 plays. I want to play with my wife again too, because she absolutely loves this game. She's not a super intense gamer. When she finds a game she likes the game, and this is definitely one of those for her. Okay. I have to agree with Max too. I can see this being really solid at 2 players. I think online too, the reviews usually say this is the best as a 2-player game.
3's not bad.
Yeah.
But 4 I think would be long. 4 would be long.
I do appreciate that the more players you play with, they add in more dice.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
It's needed.
If it was still only 10 dice for 4 players, that would be insane and difficult. But yeah.
Everything would be so much tighter.
It'd be so tight.
Oh my gosh, to get resources would be so tight if there no more dice was not added.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point because they are added.
That second game we played with the wrong amount of dice, I think.
Oh, yeah.
We put 2 dice aside and then we forgot them for half the game.
That's right. It did fit, yeah, and that was tight.
And that game was
tough.
like brutal. It was like, man, I just can't get the dice I need.
Or just the amount of money. Like money also is really tight in this game, which I think it makes it good. You're not just spending money like crazy. It's tight. You gotta really manage how you're getting money. The little bit of engine that you got going is important to it. And to go back a little bit, what Max was saying about like this Emperor track, I really like that mechanic within games. Let's just take like Lorenzo, for example, one where, right, Yeah, Lorenzo, that track. Yeah, where you really you can't just like go and off and do your own thing, right, do your own little strategy. You do have to like keep in mind and like, it's going to keep pulling you there. You can't just go off and forget half this game. You need to think about that.
Stefan
it's very,
Feld does it
very
a lot
important
too, with like just either a disaster or some sort of thing you have to satisfy, so you can't just focus. They give you another thing that you have to pay attention to and try and.
Speaking of Feld too, this game feels really gratifying like a Feld does, where like it feels like when you're playing a Feld game, every turn feels really good because you're getting something. This game feels the same way. Like it's super satisfying to put your food cubes down. It feels really satisfying to bring a guest in your hotel and put the card underneath the table. It feels really good to put one of the room tiles down on your hotel board. And all the placing of things feels really nice. And gamers are tactile people. We love feeling the components and feeling how the game works. And this definitely is really solid in that aspect.
And obviously, you're not going to create crazy combos, but there are some that like you will have maybe 2 guests out, right? And you fulfill one, which then allows you to say put another guest out for free, and then you have extra things that then fulfills that guest on that same turn. So like you can kind of combo it. It's not going to happen a whole lot, but when you do, it kind of feels really cool. And you're like,
there's usually once or twice throughout a game where you'll and then that might help you combo getting the whole area filled in, which will get you a bunch of money or maybe more points, or move up on the Emperor track, which means that happened to us in several games where I thought you weren't going to fulfill the Emperor track, but then I didn't notice you filled like a bunch of yellow squares up, and then that moved you way up on the Emperor track, so you were like right in the last minute ahead, and then I was just like, I thought I had you.
Yeah, it gives you those small brief moments of like, yeah, that was an awesome move. Like you kind of come to your turn and you're like, wait, I think I can do this. I think it's all gonna work out. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, that was an awesome move.
There's once or twice a game where it feels like if you've set it up enough, and I mean it definitely helps with multiple plays, but even just 1 or 2 plays, you'll start to get the grip of the game, and you can set up some really fun combos. And there's a couple times a game where you just feel really good and clever for having pulled off something. And then I usually look over, and then Ryan puts me to shame. Ryan almost lapped me in this game.
Oh my god.
Like he almost lapped me in points.
And how many points are in it? 60? No.
It goes up to
It goes
75.
up to 75.
It's a weird. It goes up to 75. It's a weird.
Yeah.
I also have I did want to say for our review, I have the upgraded components. It usually comes with cubes, but if you are watching this currently, right now, there is a Kickstarter going on. For the expansion, and there is a deluxe add-on you can get for the base game.
It just dropped.
Yes, today.
Well, not yesterday, but what was that? The
22nd.
The 22nd.
Yeah,
it came
and
out.
It's running for 30 days, so there's still plenty of time.
We all kicked it.
We did all
immediately backed it.
I think I was one of the first 5. I was one of the first 5 people to back it.
It's definitely worth backing.
I had to go since I don't have the game. I ended up doing the deluxe base game plus the deluxe expansion, which is cool. It adds this like interesting ballroom aspect to it. But if you're interested in that, go check the Kickstarter out.
Yeah, and if you have the base game already, like Max and I do, you can more places or more Kickstarters should do upgrade kits for people that already own the game, so it doesn't feel like you have to buy it all over again. It's great. It even comes with, you have the option of buying the really nice deluxe sleeve if you have the base game, to keep both the base game and the expansion in. If you already own it, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, with games that come to Kickstarter with expansions, they definitely should have those type options.
For sure. I think there was 2 things I wanted to mention still too about the mechanics really quick.
Yeah.
I love that the number 6 roll on the dice lets you activate any other spot. Yeah. It's really nice. It doesn't feel like for a rank like, great, well, no one can go there now because that dice didn't get rolled. Because more than likely, at least 1 6 will happen, so you can get something. But then also with that, I love that you can just pass and wait, because you're like, I really hate all these rolls, and you can wait until everyone else is done, or a bunch of other people have passed, and just re-roll everything and hope for something better. That's super nice. Also love that the player boards are double-sided, and one side is the same for everyone, and another side is unique. So there's a little bit of asymmetry in the game, which is really appreciated.
I think we always play with the
asymmetric.
Yeah. I definitely think that the number 6 spot and the passing spot are needed to be able to mitigate some of the luck or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're in there.
it really makes those type of like luck-based games where you have, I don't know, cards being drawn or dice being rolled, that there is ways of mitigation. It makes
it feels like you always have a choice.
Yes. Yeah. And you don't feel completely screwed by just the luck of the roll, the luck of the draw, and that's it. It will definitely draw me and want me to keep playing more. Will not set me back if they have those mitigation.
And I'm always surprised in my praise for this game is like I said earlier, you're getting 14 actions in this entire game, and like I think when I was first looking this game up and I heard that, I was like, what? Like that? What? Like that's all you get to do 14 things in this game and then it's done. But like I said before, there is so much game in those 14 actions that it's shocking how much you can accomplish in this game with just drafting 2 dice and doing those basic actions. There's a lot to it,
and that kind of like ties into like some of that combo that we said, which that's what kind of allows you to keep doing more things. It's these small little combos that you can do a few times in the game. Even though you have so few actions, you start in the beginning and you go, how am I going to get all these rooms out with the guests and the emperor track and maybe these political cards. But then you start comboing things and you're like, dang, I got a lot done.
Yeah.
Like
you feel accomplished at the end of this game.
You do. You really do.
You feel like you ran a hotel.
There's some games that give you more actions that you feel like you get less done in those games.
Yeah.
Yeah. This game, like Max said, 14 actions, but you definitely feel accomplished by the end. You feel like you did a lot.
Oh yeah.
It's really awesome.
We kind of skipped over it, but what do you guys think about the art?
I would say before we go to the art real quick though, I do want to say one thing on the the way that the player turns work.
Oh, right,
A little
right, right.
bit unique. There's actually these player turn little chips here that will rotate around with you, and your first action, on the number, it shows 2 different numbers, and they will be the turn order. And for a 2-player game, you have a 1 and a 4, 2 and a 3. So it's not always just simply going around a circle. It kind of does a reverse draft of them,
like
which
a
is
snake.
which kind of helps mitigate some of the also luck a bit.
Yeah.
Right. It's not just you're waiting the whole time. You can kind of plan out. Ooh, I maybe go first, but that I think in a 3-player game, it allows you to. There's one that you can go like back to back.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Totally.
Definitely a little bit different. Okay.
Yeah.
Games that is fun. A unique aspect that I like.
Yeah, it's really fun in a 2-player game because you'll go first and you get the first pick, but then they get to go twice in a row. So
Yeah.
It's cool.
Now we can go to the art.
Okay, I think for me, like it Mayfair games, Lookout games, all kind of have that look to them. They all kind of look like this in a way, but that's not a bad thing for me. I'm a person that likes a boring-looking Euro. Like this isn't like extravagant art, but it's good. It's not the best thing in the world. It's not horrible. It's not the original Concordia box. That thing looks like a mess. But but like the art's good. I think it's nice. I really like all of the unique art on the guest cards.
that's what I was gonna say.
The guest cards are by far the best part of the art in the game.
It's grown on me. I didn't like this box. Didn't do much for me. And even when you open things up, it's like it's a little. I don't know, garish. I don't know. Some of the player board, like it's like yellow and red, and it didn't really strike me. But the more I kind of sat with the game and played the game, the more I don't know if you guys realize this, but on the actual board you're getting stuff from where you get food. That's the diner. Where you get wine. That's a wine rack. Where you get your rooms. There's keys. Where you put out your servants. There's like the concierge where you copy an ability. It's a mirror. Like it's like it's
That's
not
cool.
like out of this world art, but it felt like thought out and like somebody tried, which then it makes it way better to me. Like this board is a little busy and it's not like beautiful. It's not ugly, but it's grown on me the more I've played it. Like I didn't at first. This wasn't a game where if I saw it across the table, I'd be like, "What is that?" But but yeah, the more I've played it, the more it's just sat with me. And I really actually enjoy it now.
I can't say it's grown with me. It's just
You wouldn't like the art.
I can't say no. I'm not gonna say I don't like it. It's just it is what it is. It's nothing. I'm not gonna like when if we ever had a discussion on game art, it's definitely not one that I'd bring up at all. There's some gorgeous ones out there. This is just okay. This is what it is.
It's
there's
serviceable.
nothing. Yeah, it's serviceable. I mean, I do very much appreciate what Max was saying. These very thought out, like you said, the coffee, the wine or coffee is an actual bar. Like as an architect, having that like connection between things that's what design is. That's what creates great design, and they did a great job that way. But I will say that it is a bit oversaturated on some, like the blues, yellows, reds. They're all really saturated. So they all just pop out.
Yeah.
There's no like real like strong influence that creates good art that you might write.
Yeah.
This is probably the prettiest thing in the game, and even this is a lot of brown.
That and the guest cards for sure.
Yeah, I like that they're all.
I guess.
They didn't just do all the same, like
Yeah.
and they all have a little flair to them.
I believe every guest card's unique. Like every single one is unique, which is at least for
Are we
art
sure?
wise. Yeah,
Okay.
and the name on the card, which is really
Yeah,
cool.
the names on that's fun. I love some of the fun names are on the
Yeah.
cards. They have fun.
I think this what we're trying to say with the game too is like this is a game that won't draw you in because of the art. This is a game that's going to stick around because the mechanics work so well.
It's utilitarian.
Yes.
Very good way to put it.
It feels great to play, which makes you want to play it more.
Yes, 100%.
You're not driving a fancy sports car. You're driving a Toyota Corolla, but the engine will never die. You guys don't know what I'm talking about.
We're not car people. We use the CTA.
We're good people.
It's functional and it will stay with you. That's how I feel about this game. I'm not getting rid of it,
No, me either. No, absolutely not.
especially now that I just kickstarted the expansion.
I don't think this is a game any of us are ever going to get rid of. It's so good.
It's I kind of went on it was on like my list for a while. Like I was like looking at, but then like the art was, and then I kept putting it off, and then I traded for it, and I got a good trade deal. And then I got really excited to play it. And then once I played it, I got excited to play it. It was one of those games we actually played several times in a row, which is not
doesn't
usual
happen
for
much.
us. Yeah, so that's high praise in and of itself.
We were setting it up to film, and Max just goes, "Gosh, I just want to play this." Like that.
Yeah, we should just play it when we're done.
Yeah.
Yes. We got more filming.
But yeah, high praises all around.
Yes, high praises. Check out the new Kickstarter.
We'll link it in the description.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description. Yeah, if you want to know more about it, see, you can, if you don't own it already, is a chance to get it. They are adding a little bit of upgraded pieces as just part of the Kickstarter, which is kind of cool.
They're upgrading some of the art too. They're fixing some of the, they said like some sort of tech.
They're also adding in all the promos too into the deck.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay, great.
yeah.
Any final thoughts, guys?
Big old light bulb.
Yeah.
Seal of approval?
Seal of
Give it-
approval.
Light bulb.
Guys, this is going to be a weird edit. Right?
How many board game reviewers does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I hope you have a punchline for this.
0, because board gamers can't screw anything. I don't know.
I'm going to have to cut that.
Well then.
I apologize.
Max is really on today.
I didn't get any sleep.
Well-
Haven't had enough coffee.
Yes, it receives our stamp of approval.
Yep.
Get it if you think this was right up your alley. And until next time, we are Specular Board Games. Max, where can people find you?
People can find me on Instagram at Chimmons, ChimmonsS.
Keegan?
Instagram, Foxbox Games, Box, BOCKS.
And I'm Ryan at Instagram on ryan.gebi, Gebi. All right, see you next time, guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Don't stay in hotels right now because it's dangerous.
Dangerous. And, oh no, and we're out.